Hello, hello. It is Wednesday, April 29th, and you are on part 2, or the second page, front and back of your study guide. And this is actually, it shouldn't take you too long. You are looking at a poem, which is Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night, one of my favorite poems, actually. And you've probably heard the first line of the poem before. What you're supposed to do is you'll see next to the poem, there's going to be a letter. So A, B, C, D, and you're supposed to write the letter for what that is an example of on your worksheet, okay? If you notice, it says there will be 3 left blank, which means there will be 3 that you're not going to write a letter for. Okay. Then I want you to know what the rhyme scheme of the poem is. So if you're not sure what that is, go back to your notes. But remember, your first line is always an A, and then you base it on the next lines after that. And then on the back, you are to create your own poem. It needs to have a certain rhyme scheme. It needs to have 1 or 2 stanzas. I just follow the directions on the back. But this is something that you should probably be familiar with because you just did it for your author style poem, okay? So yeah, just part 2 of your study guide. Tomorrow, Thursday, will be day 1 of the test. Now, what I want to make sure I do, though, is that a couple students had questions on the first part of the study guide. Thank you for letting me know that. And they were unsure about the poet information. All you need to do is write down who wrote the poem. That's it. So All the World's a Stage is by whom? William Shakespeare. And so writing down just the poet's name, and then you should know that because on your test, you're going to have to match those, okay? Same too for that, for some of you, it looks like this. Knowing one primary thing about this poem or this poet and their life, you're gonna have to match those on the test as well. And because I don't want you to use the study guide on the test, I want you to try to do it on your own. You're gonna wanna study that. And that might be just taking a note card, writing the poem title on the front, flip it over and write the poet's name on the back. Same too for the fact about the poet on one side, the poet's name on the back, okay? And then I'm glad I didn't get too many questions on this. This is just taking it directly from your notes, define them, and then give me an example. And I'd really prefer if you made up your own so that your brain has to think a little bit more rather than just copying it down. So yeah, the study guide looks almost exactly like what the test is gonna look like. So I don't know if you scooted ahead and checked that out, but it's gonna be very, very similar to what you're asked to do on the study guide, okay? So again, keep up with your questions if you have them. And this is our last week of poetry. So if you've been enjoying this, enjoy it for a few more days because we are starting something new next week. And I just want to put a little teaser out there. Most of you were given a book, a maroon looking book when we delivered materials a few weeks ago. And it's called The Prince and the Pauper by Mark Twain. And so we are going to start reading that. We're not going to be able to read the whole thing, but I've got a pretty cool plan in place for us to get a lot of the reading done without making you have like a ton of work. You're not going to be reading 3 chapters a night or anything. So yeah, second part of the study guide, do that for tomorrow in preparation for your test. Knowing your poets and a fact about your poet, might want to use some note cards or some form of studying for that. And yeah, keep up the good work. And as always, I miss you guys and I hope everything's going well. Bye.